Jim Jones is ready to crash out and lose it all after the jokes go too far. 50 Cent and Cameron is literally going to cyberbully Jim Jones into a prison.
What I'm trying to say is 50 still didn't say nothing back to Fab. He deflected. He not getting in that booth. I put money on it. I don't have no money to put on it, but let's bet some push-ups.
50 Cent responded back to the diss track that Jim Jones, Fabolous, and other members of their podcast dropped on 50 Cent for exposing that they're squatters and they owe like $200,000 on a building they're currently filming in, and that the owner of the building owns like a portion of their podcast, and he's trying to sell a portion of their podcast to 50 Cent. So 50 posted this video to his Instagram. In this video, he's accusing Jim Jones, Fab, and others of squatting in a building with no heat. So, like, the video shows, like, a catering company. It shows Jim Jones and others, like, eating, I guess, after filming their podcast. And as you can see in this video, like, they are all, like, doubled and triple layer, which is not usually what somebody will wear indoors unless, you know, the heat is broken.
I should have, like, homeless Thanksgiving. It's like Thanksgiving at the shelter. Food be good, man. Go down there and volunteer.
All trolling each other back and forth, but for some reason, when they troll 50 Cent, like, nobody hears it. But when 50 Cent trolls them, you know, it's like national news every time. It grows a leg of its own. Like,
50 kind of invented trolling.
They could do this exquisite, complex response to 50 Cent. Like, for example, they put together this cipher and they all is freestyling, attacking 50 Cent. And that was news probably for like a day, right? But it really wasn't national news. It made some Twitter pages. But 50 Cent can post a random meme about these people and it becomes national news. I don't know if it's because 50 is just the bigger star or if 50 just funnier. But like that's the disadvantage they have here, man. So 50 posted this video accusing them of not having heat and squatting, right? And not having utilities paid. And it grew a legs of his own, right? Even Cameron, which is Jim Jones' arch nemesis, he adopted this joke for himself and he reposted something.
Burn barrel. First, find a steel drum and cut the top off of it.
Cam posted this with the caption, "I'm just trying to help," shrug emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji. Jim Jones responded back, but his response made things worse for him because the last thing you want to do when somebody is clowning you or when somebody is making a joke about you or, you know, like if they're hitting you with jokes and they're roasting you, the last thing you want to do is get upset. That right.
He got mad. No, actually, the worst thing you want to do is cry. If you cry, it's worse.
With, oh my bruh, man, ugly little boy, your breast thing, fight me. You lost. You automatically lost, bro. Right? The laughters get louder. If it's like, bro, if it's in a classroom, right, and they is breaking you down scientifically, and you get mad, the laughter gets louder, the reactions get louder, right? You begin to.
You lost. You lost. It's over.
So Cameron and 50 is making jokes. Jim Jones is responding back with street stuff, trying to get tough. Jim commented under Cameron's post that you just seen, the post where he's posting how to stay warm. Jim Jones commented, "Your whole crew is soft." And he also responded back to another person in the chat called Freaky. He said, "Freaky, you soft too."
That's Freaky Ziggy. Freaky got into it too. He had a little bit of stuff. He had a little bit to say.
Jim Jones responded, "You soft again." Right? Which is, to me, is irrelevant, right?
Right.
Even if in this situation, if Jim Jones could effectively prove that Cameron and his crew is soft, that does nothing for exactly what's being discussed here, okay? That don't debunk it. That don't out-funny Cam. That don't, like, issue a proper response. Because if they are laughing about your heat being off, you being tougher than them, like, doesn't even fit in this equation, right? You being tougher than them serves no purpose here. Imagine a kid telling you in class, "Yo, bro, you stink." And the whole class hear him call you stink, and your response is, "You want to fight, though? You want to fight, though?" Yeah.
Yeah, see, it depends on your environment. When I was coming up, yeah, that kind of do win, because fight beat funny. Funny is good, but fight does beat funny. But not if you're on the internet and you can't fight him, you can't even see him, you can't even be where he at.
You could probably fight him a little later, but you might want to address the stink allegations first, okay, before you respond back to trying to fight. The fighting does not, like, dissolve the stinkiness, okay? The pulling up because they soft, does nothing for us to know is your heat off or not, man. Jim will also say, you want to play pull up? Let the people see how soft you are, chump. At this point, this is where you have effectively lost, man. You are a 50-year-old man telling somebody to pull up so you could prove to the internet they soft. Why do you care what the internet thinks? Like, why is a 50-year-old man on the internet trying to prove they tough? Like, that's how you know is getting to Jim Jones. And Jim still has not addressed whether or not the heat is really off. So Cameron responded back and he says, Jomo, you 50 and still want to pull up? Damn right. I got the video of you breaking in your own studio trying to trigger the heat. Oh, nah. Now we know why Jim Jones never addressed the rumors head on, because it's true. They not just talking out they behind, man. They got concrete evidence and proof from the person who would know, the landlord. The landlord is the only person on earth who would know.
Yeah, the landlord. 50 did make a whole post with the landlord. That was kind of crazy.
Now, if you guys don't know, this landlord that Jim Jones got in business with is a nightmare. This is the most chatty patty, gossiping Asian dude I've ever seen in my life, bro. I didn't even know that know that Asian people were messy. I didn't even know that Asians be gossiping like that, bro.
They do be. I be watching this black dude to go to Asia, and he speaks Chinese. And when he in the regular Chinese cities, they kind of lit. They're very similar to black people in their conversation and their attitudes. At least the people on the street seem to be.
But this dude is the same dude we heard on the phone with 50 Cent that was gossiping about Jim Jones and letting 50 Cent know all the tea. That's the same dude who's been feeding them information. Let's just refresh our memories real quick so you guys can recall who the landlord is. And we'll be back to figure out the new information the landlord just told Cameron and 50 that's making Jim Jones look terrible.
I want to rent it. And I said, okay, fine. Right? He's been saying this for since October. And so he keeps trying to build it, but he won't sign the lease. He's like, I don't like these terms. I want 6 months of build out and ridiculous bullshit. We also have a partnership agreement where half of what he's building now, his media, belongs to us. But he won't tell us how much he's making and doing all these things. So half of the content he's creating, if you want to buy that too, I'll sell you half the company. He's not a business. He's insane. To me, it's worth very little to nothing. But if it works out for you, I just throw that in as a sweetener.
As he sells them the building? Damn.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is he signed a lease with me. Right now he owes, I'm going to say it in a short way, at least $80,000, if not $180,000. The monthly rent on the old lease.
Now it makes sense why Jim Jones was chasing that little nigga around the studio earlier today, man. Chase him to his car. Bro been trying to expedite Jim Jones's downfall, man, to get Jim Jones from out of his studio.
Is that true? If that's true, that's crazy.
Cameron continues, and Cameron says, I got the video of you breaking in your own studio trying to trigger the heat system and chasing your landlord around in his car because he won his rent. You are 50. Go pull up on that heat bill. Jim Jones, for your sake, bruh, I hope they don't got that video, man. I hope Cameron is blessed,
I hope not either.
Because if they pull... Yo, can you imagine how crazy it would look if they got a video of Jim Jones breaking into the studio because, they done change the locks, they done a border up the windows. They want to keep Jim Jones out, but Jim Jones got squatter rights. So Jim Jones is breaking into the studio every day before they film to let everybody in. And if the landlord is cutting off the heat to get them out the building, but it's still not working. At this point, bro, Jim, man, just go rent out another spot, man. So Cameron also responded back to Jim Jones saying, do your shoe, punk, which I don't know what that means, but Cameron responded and says, what's wrong, Capo? Your heat off too? I ain't know. It's hate for you to be 50 years old with no heat. What's your Zell, bro? I gotcha. Damn. Jim Jones also responded back with, hey, Block, know you soft. Why do you care about blocks at 50 years old, man? Cameron responded back, yeah, but my heat on and I'm warm. You 50 years old, tough and cold. But dead ass though, Capo. Yo, heat off for real. There's been one positive thing that has came from the internet in the last decade, and that's the literal stigma that the internet has put on these tough street dudes, bruh. Being a tough street dude on the internet is like being a nerd and a clown and a dweeb at school. They're looked at as the new weirdos on the internet. Yo, a dude coming online and trying to be tough or trying to be like super like gang out, yo, they're looked at as bozos and weirdos and clowns, bruh. Presenting as a tough street dude on the internet is just as bad as presenting as a nerd in high school.
Yeah, for real. Because who you tough with? Nobody's here. You're alone in a room on a keyboard or looking at your phone, standing on the corner in a cold ass room.
Jim Jones is trying to out-tough his way out the jokes and it's not working. You look crazy when you try to talk about A block and pull up this and pull up this, and then Cameron follows up with this. Cameron followed up with, how you worried about me when your heat off and rent due?
Damn.
And then he put...
I thought he said he paid it, though. They said they paid it. That's probably was last month, but it was when you so late. It's like, all right, well, now this is the next month now.
So with the caption, heard it was 7 degrees in the Bronx last night. Slap, laughing. Hey, yo, you know how Jim Jones combated this, bruh? When Jim Jones could no longer tough his way out of it when he realized that, you know, that trying to get tough and making threats over jokes is only working bad in his favor, Jim Jones then followed up by trying to flex on Cameron and 50. And you know how Jim Jones tried to flex on Cameron and 50? Jim Jones tried to flex on Cameron and 50 by flexing a building that ain't his. Jim Jones posted a tour of the very same building they're trying to evict him from that got no heat, talking about he's finna turn the empty room into a movie studio.
Since I'm starting the year off at the top of your Explorer, are you not entertained?
Jim.
You can see the nigga breath.
Jim, that's not. That's not. No, Jim, that's not smart, Jim. Jim, when you yelled, are you not entertained? Jim, we could see your breath.
That's right. You can see your breath.
That means it's below freezing in there, Jim. That means that the heat ain't on, Jim.
Since everybody want to put my business in the street, I'm gonna talk to you about my business. Right now, I am in the second phase of construction. We're not open to public. This is a raw space. I have not found out yet what I want to do exactly in this space, but in my mind, I was thinking of building like a little mart, but we'll see how that goes. Pull up, look. Show you what we're doing. I'm building a multi-purpose content creation facility for media, fashion, music, and broadcasting. We have a boutique in here, a boutique. We almost finished the loading, almost fresh. The barbershop, that'll be done. Come on with it. I love.
So you can go buy some clothes and get your hair cut and freeze with Jim Jones and Fabolous and Mano in the other room.
Promo. As you can see.
How does that work? How do you market that? Are you gonna beat it? Like what? I don't understand.
It's an open space. This is actually a studio. It's almost done. It's one side. It's gutted right now, so don't hold nothing against me. Show you little construction. All the shit costs paper, you heard? Don't want nobody to think I'm in here, you know what I mean? It's crazy because, what we doing? The young boys usually be back there. The young boys don't feel no temperature. All they feel is opportunity. They still be here working.
Can the opportunity come with room temperature? Now, asking for heat may be too much to ask for, but can the opportunity come with room temperature, bro? These kids is working, trying to chase their dreams in an igloo. Now, I'm not Jim Jones CPA, so maybe like I'm not qualified to be a CPA, to be honest. But I don't think it's smart to be building additions, starting construction projects, long-term construction projects on buildings, right? That you owe $200,000 on buildings that they're trying to get you evicted from because you owe them a lot of money. I don't think that's the smartest way to do things, bruh. That's just my perspective, you probably want to settle your debt and get in good standing before you start long-term projects.
What I'm trying to say is, I've been happy to be able to invest in myself and something that I know is going to help a lot of other people. I'm not building this facility for myself. Yes, it is a business move. That's why I invested in myself. But I'm building this facility for all creatives and young ones that's trying to come up to be a creative or have a creative ability that they want to know how to.
This is a prime example of how dudes want to appear a certain way instead of actually going out and earning the appearance, right? They want to be viewed as rich and successful instead of earning being rich and successful. Jim Jones is successful, right? Is he as rich as he used to be? Probably not. He's trying to get back there. But getting back there doesn't start with pretending like you are the owner of this and that, all right? You have a landlord. You aren't the owner of this building, but yet you present yourself as if you're such. I just built a multimedia studio for all the people. You don't. You owe back rent on the studio.
All right, I got an idea. This is a perfect idea. It's going to fix everybody's problems. I think Jim Jones should link up with Dame Dash. There we go. Just get them back together. Those two, perfect connection. All right, that's it.